I'm going to start with the easy one first because why not, right? Because really, this is a very easy control to use, but it is definitely one of the most important new features in Ozone 9 Advanced. Essentially what it allows you to do is to easily cut just the vocals, just the drums, or just the bass. You can also increase them a little bit. And realistically, I would say keep it anywhere between 3 decibels on the boost or about maybe 5 on the cuts. Anywhere past that, you're really starting to push the processor. And also, it does cut or boost more than just the vocals or more than just the drums. But I would say it does a pretty darn good job. For this example, I want to play a mix that I have gotten some negative criticism on for the vocals being too loud. Well, let's finally cut those vocals a little bit, shall we? This is a song by King Gat.
Black Friday, get your ski mask on. Boy, don't try to fuck around and get your hero on. Cold motherfucker, Sub-Zero ho.
Alright, let's lower the vocals by about 2 decibels.
Black Friday, get your ski mask on. Boy, don't try to fuck around and get your hero on. Cold motherfucker, Sub-Zero ho.
Let's go even deeper to 4 decibels.
Black Friday, get your ski mask on. Boy, don't try to fuck around and get your hero on. Cold motherfucker, Sub-Zero ho. Ride with my knee and my neos ho. Thug nigga, fuck nigga, what's up nigga? GD shit from Chirac, it's a cold winter, wood on the A.
And I'm going to bypass it while it's playing.
Ride with my knee and my neos ho. Thug nigga, fuck nigga, what's up nigga? GD shit from Chirac, it's a cold winter, wood on the AK, shoot him till it's soul spinner. Boy, I'm with the KK, the K stand for squad.
Well, I don't like how it did this song. I think it took away a little bit too many upper mids. And there was definitely some upper mids in other instruments. So moving on to another song. I'm just curious how this works with this one. Oh, I didn't even say what the controls were. So you just pick which instrument you want to reduce or boost. And then the gain slider. That's it. And then you use your ears.
Come on, give me something I can laugh about. Wish I may. Wish I might.
Now you see it's giving this plugin some trouble when there's no vocals. All of a sudden the guitars get brighter, which is actually kind of neat if you think about it.
Come on, give me something I can laugh about. Wish I may. Wish I might.
I shouldn't have it all the way down to -9. I'll try it just on like 3. Like I said earlier, if you go past about plus or minus 3 decibels, then you start hearing problems.
Come on, give me something I can laugh about. Wish I may. Wish I might. Can I meet you at the carnival again tonight?
Alright, well, I'll say it this way. It's a nice feature to have. It does not work perfectly. Let's hear how it sounds on drums, actually.
Come on, give me something I can laugh about. Wish I may. Wish I might. Can I meet you at the carnival again tonight? So come.
Alright, let's try it on bass.
Come on, give me something I can laugh about. Wish I may. Wish I might. Can I meet you at the carnival again tonight? So come with me and turn the key.
I think it did much better on the bass than it did for the other instruments. I did try it on drums. The issue that most engineers run into when mastering is vocals are too loud, bass is too loud. So if we can just use this and fix the problem, great. If not, you need to have the stems. Otherwise, yeah. Next module, and that is low end focus. Again, another brand new feature for Ozone 9 Advanced. It does what its name implies, which is focus on the low end of the mix, which is not always easy to get right. The user manual says that this plugin is designed to reduce mud, increase impact, and address other common low-end issues. There's only one view available for this module. So in the header area, the top area, we have the standard channel processing mode selector along with the reset button on the right. The first thing that you want to do is select the range of frequencies that you want to process. Use the solo button, that's this right here, to aid in this search. For those of you taking notes at home, this area is called the action region. So how do you choose what you want to affect? One thing you can do is drag the handles. It only goes up to 300 hertz. Again, we're only talking about the low end here. It also comes on from the left side as well. If it's smaller than the maximum selection, you can also drag the region itself. And the final way to change the action region is to select the numbers down below and then manually type them in. Down in the controls section, there is just a small handful of options, but you will need to remember what they do to be most effective. We have punchy and smooth modes on the left side. Punchy is the most obviously audible one. Smooth mode is if you're going for subtle changes. The next important control is contrast. You can choose either negative or positive values. Double click it to reset. What this does is in the positive contrast area, it brings out transients by reducing spectral content that isn't a part of the transient. So for example, if you can't hear the kick drum easily, this is the setting to choose. And the opposite is true as well. If you hear too much kick drum, you can lower the contrast, and what this does is it smears low-end information, similar to how an analog compressor works. Gain is useful if you do use negative contrast, or if you want to reduce the overall volume after putting the contrast to a positive number. Finally, listen allows us to hear the before and after, aka the unprocessed versus processed signals. And really that's it. It's a matter of using your ears and making the right decisions. It's a pretty easy to use processor. You just have to work with it for a bit and not expect miracles right off the bat. But the cool thing is, if you do want a close to a miracle, they do include presets that you can just flip through and say, okay, well that sounds better. Neat, right? Anyway, this has been Adam for RealHomeRecording.com. If you learned something, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And even if you didn't learn anything, but you still enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up with that as well. It also helps if you add this video to your favorites, playlist, and leave a comment for me, along with sharing it as well. Thanks for watching, everybody.